Hello, and welcome back. Today we're going to be making a facial rig for this character. So let's get started. Uh, this is just the face rig, so I don't have another rig, and so I'm just going to hide everything. Yep, no arms, no legs, no hair either. Just this. Get rid of the bonnet or the bib or whatever it is. Hello, cat. Sorry, there's a lot of cats in here. Okay, so here's our character, and I had a failed recording, so I do already have the shape key made. Don't worry, we'll make another one. It just took a long time because of this eyelash. Very long. So, we're gonna pretend you already have a normal rig. And to do that, just for this tutorial, we're gonna add an armature, because we're gonna need one. And I'm just going to do, we're just gonna pretend this is the head bone we have. So real quick, go to the little running man named Data, and just hit in front, just so you can see it through the mesh. And yeah, here's our head bone for our imaginary complete rig. So we're just gonna name it head, pretend it's connected to the spine, all good. We're gonna actually duplicate this now, and make the parent the head. Call this blink.l. And then we're just going to go down here under here and just turn deform off, because you don't want this to have control over weight painting. This is just simply for controlling the blinking. And I'm going to straighten this up, and I'm going to put it right here at the top of the eye. Right here. I'm going to make it a little smaller. There we go. And I'm just going to go ahead and symmetrize it. So just to recap that, we duplicated this head bone, parented it to the head, because when we bend our head, we want all of these to go with it. We turned off deformed, and we just placed it at the top of the eye, and we named it. So yeah, speed recap. We're actually going to go over to pose mode now, and if you want, we can actually just hide that bone for now. So currently we can just move this thing all over the place, which is fine, but I think most people prefer to have it controlled, so we're just going to add a limit location. And when we set this to local space, the Y is what we move. So it's like this, but when it's in local space, showing me the Z axis, but the local, like if I set this to local, this is the Y. So this is why we're going to be setting the settings on the Y. We can just leave this as local for now while we're in pose mode. And we're going to set the minimum to -0.2. And the reason why is because it goes about this far, and if I head out and turn on my blink, you'll see it kind of gets close to that. I think we might need to make that a little deeper. Or I can just go into my modeling and lower these two. Just these two. Just these two. I think I'm just going to lower them to about here. Yeah, there we go. Now it's lined up. Sorry, I got the number from my previous attempt where I had it slightly lower. So it just fits. So its top location matches when the eye's open, and then the down matches the eyelid. Just a little thing. And it also keeps you from losing this somewhere in the ether. And then I'm just going to go over here, click this, shift click this one, and go to constraints, copy constraint to selected bone, and now they both do that. There we go. Beautiful. So I'm going to go into the face. Down here in value, I'm going to hit add driver. Do not panic. This is scary. Do not panic. So our object, we're going to hit armature. And we're just going to find that blink this bone. And you'll see it's already having some effect. But what we need to do is edit, because I enjoy. So we're going to want to have our variable, which is the location of the bone, the local location. Oh, make sure you set this to local space and Y location. There we go. And you see now the eye's fully open because our bone's at its original position. So var times -5. And it's a negative because we have it moving downwards and we need that value to reach 1. A negative times a negative is positive. So now you see it's moving. It's moving. It's moving and moving and moving. And that is great. Lucky for us, all we have to do is go over here to this driver that we just got perfected and copy it and just paste it over here. Paste it. And now, behold, blinky, blinky, blinky. Blinky, 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 blinky. So now that we have a blinky, blinky, what we need to do is set up the other eye. So you know this value is 1. We need it at 1. And what you can do is go over here, new shape key from mix. So this takes all the shape keys that are active in their values and makes it into a new one. So now we have our eyelid kind of doubling up, and that's not good. So we just go over here and do mirror shape key. And because our mesh isn't a hot mess, it mirrored fine. So yeah, now we got 2 blinkies. And we can just call this blink.r. And you can just copy this driver again, paste it. This time, go into edit and set this one to blink R. And then you can just copy it and do the same thing with the eyelash. New shape key from mix, mirror shape key, and paste the driver. And I just do this blink.l and blink.r. Okay. If that was a little too fast, I'm sorry, we're going to go through it again because we have some other shape keys we need to make. There we go. We got our blinking. She blinky blinky. So I'm just going to go into modeling. Hide that for now. And we're going to grab these. And we're going to duplicate them. And move them down to the eyes. So I'm just going to turn on this mirror real quick. Symmetry, just so I can hide these in the eye. Like this. You can pull them farther out. I'm just leaving them right here. And these are, that one's I.L. And this is I.R. And these are going to control the direction the eyes are facing. So let's just get working on those shape keys. So we're just going to go down here. Mirror is applied. Hit 1. So this is this is just going to be left. Just left. And now in modeling, all we need to do is move them to the left. So this one's fine. This one's not fine. So we're going to have to move this one back. Move that back into the socket. And there you go. You got left looking. That does look a little weird, so I'm going to see if I can maybe move this one out a little bit more. See if we can kind of match that. Maybe move this one a little over. A little more in. A little over. There we go. And luckily for us, that means we can just duplicate this. So new shape key from mix. And just mirror it. And then we have right. Right. Great. So now we just need 2 more. So let's go ahead and make up. So up pretty easy. Just up. Up, and then we need down. Down. Yoink. And down you're gonna have to push back a little bit to get it in the socket. And then down. So there's all of our directions. I'm just gonna add 1 more shape key in here. And I'm just gonna set this to individual origins. Blink, shrinky shrink. Shrinky shrink. And then I'm just gonna need to move this back onto the, there we go. Move this back. Actually, just undo that. Change this back to just, okay, global, bounding back center. Turn that symmetry on, and then you can just do that. That just makes it just easier. That is terrified. Get it? Terrified. Okay, I'll stop. And then I'm just gonna call that small. And it's just an extra. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by going over here and copying this. So copy. Oh wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold up. My derp. We only need one of these. I was like, you only need one. Ah. Okay. Summon the head back. Duplicate it. We only need one for these. You can set it up so you have different directions, like only moving one eye. But the way I did this with the shape keys is the eyes move together. You can't make them go separate ways. Either head. Deform. Okay. Now. Wait, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Alt H. Okay. Pose mode. Alt H. Go. And I'm just gonna copy the constraints. Copy constraints. So hide that one now. So we can go down, and I'm just gonna set this to 0.2. And on the X, we're gonna do the same thing. Negative 0.2 and 0.2. So that's gonna let us do this. Kind of a small little 2x2 box, basically. Or technically a 4x4 box. And then we can kind of technically go anywhere on the Z-axis. So I'm just gonna do this so we can't do that no more. And I know I'm grabbing the Y, but this is based in the local space, so that's why. That's why. And I'm just gonna go into modeling real quick and move this up. Just kind of have it look even. So back to object mode, we're gonna grab this. And I'm actually gonna, I probably already did this, but I'm gonna grab this. Grab that driver, copy it. And we're gonna paste it over here. That was for the down. Paste driver. Edit driver and set this to I direction. And I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna go over here to up, paste driver, edit it, and change this to positive. And just to show you how that's working out, so now when I move this up, I move this down. I move this up, I move this down. And we're gonna do the same thing for the side to side. So we're going to grab this, and I'm gonna copy this and bring it to the right? I think the right. Paste it on the right. And instead of X location, Y, we're setting it to X. And let's see how that did. Did I do that right? Yeah, I did that right. It's going to her right, my left. I always do it based on the character's position, because I always call this the left side, because it's the character's left. Back, and I can just copy this, and then paste it, and then just edit it again. A lot of copying and pasting, And that's good, because otherwise you're going to lose yourself in the numbers. So, now her eyes go all over the place, so. And we just got, do 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 do. Okay, it's the Pink Panther theme, I think. Okay. So those are the really important parts. So next, I think is gonna do the eyebrows. So eyebrows are currently part of the head mesh. So we're gonna do. I like to do these based on emotion. So I'm gonna go ahead and type angry, surprise, and sad. So let's start with angry. So we're just gonna go over here to modeling. And I forgot you're gonna want to do these Only do one at a time. Only do one at a time. Maybe I'll pull that one up a little bit. There. That looks very angry. So, angry.l. And then just do new shift key from mix. Angry.r. And mirror it. Mirror, mirror, mirror. There you go. Now she's angry. Surprise. Surprise.l. This is one that I think that doesn't usually occur on only one eyebrow. But we'll just do it anyway. Oh, wait, why am I doing both of them? Habit, habit. Tag of the habit. Okay, like this. And we're just going to grab the whole eyebrow and move it up a little bit. And then out a little bit. Just grab the whole eyebrow. Just do that. Yeah, this is a very repetitive process, but it's not horrible. There's worse things. Mirror shape key. Surprise.r. And then now we're gonna do sad. Need to do the thing. So sad is we're gonna move this one up and out, up and out. Move this down. Move this down. Move that one down a little bit. Maybe move it in. I think that's pretty good for sad. Maybe a little bit higher. I feel like I have to turn it a little bit. Nope, don't grab that thing. Don't grab that thing. Just a little droop. There we go. I think that's a pretty good droop. Sad.l. Turn it on. New shape key from mix. Turn it on to check it. Nope. Hold up. Gotta hit the mirror first. And then sad.l. Yep. Not sad.l. Sad.r. Yep. That's bound to happen. Okay. So we're gonna wanna the way we're rigging this is similar to what we did with the eyes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just grab these two, grab them and duplicate it. And this is gonna be eyebrow.l. And then all I can do is simply, I don't have to rename that one, I can just delete it and symmetrize this. And I wonder if it would be easier to symmetrize it after doing this, so I'm just gonna. So grab these two first and then grab this one and simply go to pose, constraints, copy constraints to selected bones. So this will give us that square again. Although this time I think we only need 3 directions. Unless we add one more eyebrow position. So we're going to go to the face and I'm going to go to, let's do angry is going to be, so surprise I think I'm going to have it up. So we're just going to do this. Edit driver. We can copy this, copy blank. Copy the blank. And I'm just going to go to angry first, I think. Paste the driver. Edit the driver. And we're going to do just eyebrow.l. And I always like to check it, so it might seem like I'm checking a lot, but okay. The reason that looks so weird is because we still have sad enabled. There we go. And I may go back into modeling. I may just move this to kind of where the tip of the eyebrow is. So you'll see it now. It goes down with that. So, and now I'm going to copy this from the angry. I think I'm going to paste it onto surprise and just switch the value to the positive. Now I'm going to test it again. Yoink, yoink, yoink. And for this last one, for sad, I'm going to paste it, edit, and I'm just going to change this to the X location. Now, I should be able to just slide it. There we go. And then we'll need to, I think I can add one more, like maybe flat, done with the universe eyebrow expression. But that's pretty much it. So if I want, I can just copy the driver and paste it there. Copy this driver, paste it, copy, paste it, and then I just need to edit and switch this from eyebrow L to eyebrow R. And that should just set everything else up. Eyebrow R, edit driver, eyebrow R. And I think that's it for this. Yeah. Kind of just like a not quite of like a surf with the eyebrows, but so yeah, that's a great way to give your character a problem. Sorry, I just love doing that. It's a great way to test it. It makes the character feel way more expressive than I think I'm capable of making them. So we're going to move on to I just realized I forgot. I always forget to give these characters ears, especially if they have hair. I just forget the ears. And the sun's gone. This character is really bright. That is a problem. Okay. So now we're just gonna move on to the mouth. Let me just check how long I've been doing this. Okay. There's time. There is time. This will be a long video. Okay. So, next up is the mouth. So I'm just gonna copy this one because this should give us all the shape keys. And I'm gonna call this one mouth. Now there's a couple different ways you can do the mouth. So I'm actually gonna save this and move over to a recent project. We'll grab Mimi. Mimi! And I'm going to hide the body bones. Ignore the fact that Mimi looks done with the universe. I think that's her teeth. I need to turn the teeth back. Trait. My other model doesn't have teeth. So there's a couple of different ways you can do the mouth. So I'm just going to show you with this one. Let me turn Mimi's shader on so she doesn't look as cursed. I love the eyeshadow technique with the using an eyeshadow mesh because it just makes them look so done. So done. So this has a mouth position, so it can move the mouth side to side. It's probably more visual here. Move the mouth side to side, and this is because sometimes you want to go to the side and you want the mouth shape to be more visible. And yeah, so you see how it looks more, you can get it to look more visible if it's to the side in this stylized look. So that's why that's there. There's the mouth corner, which kind of just makes it more smiley or frowny. So you can combine that with the mouth shape, which I have over here. And can make it look real cursed. So let me make that doesn't look like ah. Oh no, that's eh. The image got shifted. That's ah. So you can see you can do it like this. Just gives you a little bit more control, but it's pretty limited. This just has the basic vowel shape, so this is ooh, ooh, oh, oh, e, ah, and you'll see that this pretty much has the same rig, except I can pull this one up. This gets chalk. So same rig, pretty much. This has cheek up, which we can add to our rig, possibly. I think I gotta show you a simple mouth rig. So this is one way to do the face rig. There's a bunch of different ways you can do the mouth. I feel like this is pretty standard. At least for me. I don't know about other people, but for me, these controls usually persist across all anime rigs. The cheeky, and the blinky, and the eyebrows. And this to control all of it. But the mouth is just, there's so many different ways you can do it. So let's open back to this. Don't save, I didn't do anything. So I think for this mouth, we're gonna do 4 mouth shapes. So 4 mouth shape. Did I name this? Yeah, I named that mouth. So 4 mouth shapes. We have a lot of shape keys on this body mesh. So yeah. 4 mouth shapes. A, E, O, and ooh. Let's get started. So this is one where I would suggest you having the symmetry on because this is going to be the same. You're gonna need a lot of this. Wait, which shape key am I working on? Oh, this is E. So I'm on E right now, so we're just gonna start by opening the mouth up a little bit using proportional editing to make sure we get nice and good. And we're just gonna pull the mouth out a little bit. And I know it looks weird because it's crinkling. It's because I have a auto smooth on, and you need that for normal editing using proxies. So I think that's pretty good for E. E. Oh gosh. E. That looks a little weird. So why do I have 2? Hold up. Why do I have 2 here? This should be real quick. Let me figure out what's going on here. Let me fix that. That should be. I feel like, oh, I think I tried something. I tried to make this a shadow. So like, yeah, that doesn't work. Get back over to here. That looks weird because I don't have this on. There we go. That looks better. So that's E. It does look a little weird from this angle. Oftentimes you're gonna have to, with the stylized characters, you're gonna have to make shape keys specific to an angle. So like if I want to make it, let me just borrow real quick. Hold up. Let me duplicate E just to show you what I'm kind of talking about. So we're gonna make a new shape key for mix. So this is E point 2, and I can just turn this off and grab it like that, and then pull this one back and this one forward. So that makes it more visible from the side a little bit. Just a little bit. You need to do some extremes, so it needs to be like that. And I need to turn it on. Ah. It's not wanting to. Not wanting to. It's not making it very easy. Okay, forget it. But yeah, you need a shape key specific. So like that's E. Oh, I was working on the wrong one. That's why. Now you can see it's more visible. So that's why I was freaking out. Okay. Delete E. You are now the new E. So we got E. Ooh. We need to make an ooh. So that's grab these ones up. You two down. And these ones in. Okay, turn the symmetry back on. You two in. Kind of makes that ooh-ish. You can go down a little bit. And I'm going to use the loop tools to kind of get the make it a little bit more ooh shaped. You're supposed to be a circle. Okay, well that's pretty close to the ooh shape. Ooh. Yep, that looks weird. Shading. The one thing about shape keys and normal editing is that you will get some weird shenanigans, so you're gonna have to decide what's more important, your fancy normal shape keying or the correct shapes. So like this, I would pull these forward. Try to get this to be a little flatter along here. There, that got rid of some of the weird shadows. So that's ooh. Now it's time for ah. Ah usually has by default a kind of a smiley shape, I think. Ah, make the mouth nice and big. Ah, ah, ah. I need to reduce that. I think that's a pretty good ah. 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 Yeah, that's a good ah. And then ooh. Oh. O has O's a bit taller and thinner. So I'm just gonna work on making this a little bit wider. I think I'm gonna have to go up here and move that up a little bit. Maybe not. And then I'm just gonna start pulling these in. And maybe up a little more. Oh. I think that's okay. I'm gonna have to pull these forward. Make sure to grab that one. Make sure to work on your shape keys from all angles, because otherwise you're gonna get some weird looking stuff. Really weird looking stuff. I think that's a pretty good O. I'm not sure why it's... Move those up a little bit. Move. Excuse me. Coming through. Coming through. I'm sorry this isn't very a straightforward tutorial. This is what you're asking for. This is what you want to know. And it's important. Okay. There we go. So what we can do here is we can just copy the eye direction. The eye direction. So we're gonna copy and paste them as is. So paste. Copy the different directions, and the way this mouse shape is going to work, it is going to be somewhat limiting, but because you're not going to be able to mix as much with this mouse shape, it's not going to allow for as much mixing, but this is just one way you can do your mouth. As I shown, there's a bunch of different ways, but this is just one way you can do it. I've done it this way before. It's not very good for as I said, mixing shapes. But then again, sometimes you don't want to mix shapes. Sometimes there's some shapes that do not look good mixed. And so yeah, mixing mouse shapes can look really weird. So this method, I guess, isn't too bad. It's simple. So it's like up is O. Excuse me. What is happening here? So yeah, this is what happens when you mix shape keys. So it's like you're gonna want to stick to the cardinal directions. I think I accidentally duplicated, so let me fix that. So one of these is okay, so you see these two are accidentally sharing the same direction. So edit, and I'm gonna set this to okay, wait, hold up. LG. Go to modeling and move this up to the tip of the mouth. I think it's more important to look at the placement from the front. Okay, now pose mode. So we're missing the down, so we got the side. One of these is overlapping, so who are we missing? Who are we missing? So edit. You are X location up. I think we saw that. You are, I know, your Y location up. Edit. Your X location to the right, to the left. X location negative, and E. E is the one we're missing, I think. Edit driver. Oh, it should be working. Show me the power of E. Why isn't E not? Oh, I messed up. I accidentally, yeah, I remember we messed up on E and then I tried to fix it. Okay, never mind, E's working. Why aren't you, okay, hold on, let me just delete it. Add it, okay. So we want armature, we want mouth, we want Y location multiplied by -5. And we want it to be local space. There we go. Yeah, I think what was probably wrong is I think I just forgot to set it. So set the bone control. So yeah, there you go. Now you have it. So you can mix some shapes. So like these shapes are mixable. Don't mix these two. I don't even know what that is. What is that? What is that? Turn off normal edit. Yeah, no, that exclamation mark. Yeah, we don't want that. So, yep, don't. There are different ways to rig the mouth that are better than shape key based, because the shape keys for the mouth is you usually need a lot of them, because you need like the pav. But yeah, this is just a simple mouth. If you don't plan on doing like super fancy shape keys, so if you're just gonna go like or okay. Then yeah, then this should work for you. This is the simplest mouth I think I can come up with, other than just open and close. So yeah, that pretty much sums up the basics of facial shape keys. Now there's some people who do a lot, like there's the cheek ones. We didn't even do the small. So like if I went here and then just like we didn't even do this, so I'll do it real quick. Add driver. Just average scale, local space, armature, and then I direction. That's just var. Just gonna make it negative var or negative var. So this one's a little hard to do. But yeah, you should get the point across. So excuse me. So yeah, if you just make it and switch it negative, you'll get the small I. This is why I can't be trusted with facial rigging. So if I just Alt-H everything, it hides the face proxy. And there you go, you have her rigged, and she's seen some things. I hope this is what you guys wanted. And yeah, I hope for the best. Have a great day, be safe, be happy. Hold up, I got this. Let me look at the audience. Be safe, be happy. Have a great day. This mouth is hard to close, I'm sorry. Ciao.